We were sent to check on an old research station in the Arctic after its signal went silent. It wasn't unusual for storms to knock communications out for days, but weeks had passed, and satellite images showed the station still standing. That's when someone finally decided to send a team. The moment we stepped inside, we knew something was wrong. The air didn't feel right. It wasn't cold enough to freeze water, yet it pressed against your lungs, heavy, resistant. Thermometers in different rooms gave wildly inconsistent readings. Some areas were below freezing, others nearly room temperature. Movement seemed punished. The station itself looked normal at first. Equipment was operational, logs were open, and food supplies were untouched. But then we found the first set of anomalies. Furniture rearranged in precise patterns, doors sealed with extra insulation, sleeping cots stacked close together near the warmest parts of the room. Someone had carefully managed every inch of heat, every draft. The logbook told the story. Not panic, not fear. Notes about temperature gradients, drafts conserving energy. Advice repeated like instructions from a manual. Move less. Stand only when necessary. Breathing slowly reduces heat loss. Sleep near heat sources. The air is patient, so must we be. We found the previous occupants. They weren't frozen solid. They weren't crushed. They were pressed together on the floor, arranged to conserve warmth. Every detail in the room indicated planning structural reinforcements under the sleeping area. Insulation packed over doors and vents, small adjustments to slow heat loss. It was meticulous, unnatural, like the building itself had taught them how to survive by making stillness feel like the only rational choice. Even our team felt it. Long periods of sitting, reading logs, or examining instruments made the air feel heavier. Moving became exhausting. The station had a rhythm, a subtle pull that made staying still feel safer, warmer, more logical than taking any action. And the longer you stayed, the more that logic pressed into you. When we finally left, the cold outside felt like mercy. Weeks later, other stations in the region were inspected. Heating systems were upgraded. Airflow improved. But engineers noted something they couldn't explain. Crews stationed in isolation reported feeling drawn to remain inactive, as if the building itself had an awareness of motion and a way to punish it. The official report blamed hypothermia, complicated by entrapment. It didn't mention the logs. It didn't mention how subtle shifts in temperature and structure had guided the previous team's behavior. And it didn't explain why surviving the Arctic wasn't just about equipment or skill. It was about obedience, patience, and knowing when to stop moving. Some environments don't kill you immediately. They don't scream. They don't hunt. They convince you that staying still is the only reasonable choice in the world. And if you obey, you may never leave.